Hello, Whitefish Bay Middle School. I hope this finds you well. You might notice we've got some tennis going on behind me here. The fact that we're having outdoor PE classes and it sounds like school is supposed to sound, it's been great. And it helps to feel like things are maybe a little bit back closer to normal. So I hope you don't mind the background noise. So I'm recording this on Thursday morning. We just finished up with our first Asynchronous Wednesday, and I'm really curious of how that went. From an educator perspective, it does feel like a little bit like you're kind of launching these modules into the wild and hoping for the best. We were really aiming to provide a 60-ish minute experience for kids in their classes. But it's tough to say. As you can imagine, we've got kids that run the gamut of how long that might take them. So I would encourage you, if you have a minute or two, to shoot an email to your child's teachers and just let them know how it went. We oftentimes only hear from the extremes, wow, this took way too long, or this didn't take hardly any time at all. So it's nice to hear from a cross-section of folks. And so please do reach out, let your child's teacher know, hey, I know this was the first Asynchronous Wednesday, here's how it worked for our family. And just having that information is really helpful for our staff. So feel free to do that. The other piece that I wanted to talk about today is lunch. As I mentioned last week, we have so many strategies in place to mitigate risk and to reduce the impact of positive cases that are inevitable in our schools. One of those strategies has been to open up our campus at lunch. By and large, this is working pretty well. Our kids are leaving safely, they're staying masked, they're coming back on time, which has been great. The part that makes me a little bit nervous, gives me a little bit of indigestion, is when I start hearing a little bit of things that might be happening for some kids off campus. As you may recall, when you agreed to allow your child to leave campus, one of those things was that they were going to go home, they weren't going to be gathering with groups of other kids, they weren't going to be out in the community. I'll drop those expectations back in this email just as a refresher for everybody. But we're just hearing a little bit, and I don't know the scale of this or the validity of it, that there might be groups of kids that are meeting up for lunch. This is concerning because if we do have a positive case, that is having groups of kids that are gathering at lunch is really going to increase the impact, probably increase the number of students that need to be quarantined. From a contact tracing perspective, it's really going to tax the very limited resources we have to do that. And so I'm just nervous that if we've got kids gathering, that's going to be really bad for kids. We want kids here. Frankly, we want kids here every day as much as possible. And so to get us to that point, we just have to be really mindful of the risks that we're taking on. So I'm asking for your help in that and talking with your kids about, hey, we just want to come home for lunch. We'll hang out here. It'll be fine. We're not going to go and gather in large groups with other kids during that lunchtime, and help them understand why. I know some of you feel like that might be a little big brother of me to start getting involved with stuff happening outside of campus. I just think we have to work together. We're all working as hard as we can to make this a positive experience for kids. There's just one place that's making me a little anxious right now, and so I guess I'm just looking for your help in making sure we're keeping our kids safe to the greatest extent possible and minimizing the impact of a potential positive case. So thanks for your help in that. If there's anything else that I can do, please do reach out, let me know, and have a great weekend, everyone. Bye-bye.